Hey, it's Ken Barrett, Laundromat How To. I just want to go through our refund procedure that we use in our stores. Posted a lot on the Facebook groups about it and try and explain it there, but putting it all together in a video with the links is probably easier and help people step through it. So, starting off with becomes our InStore Signage. I haven't got the right spot. Look at that, I'm messing up already. I already did this once and didn't have my microphone working, so let's start again. I'm a pro, really. So, starting off, we've got our in-store signage. This varies depending on location. This particular one is in Oxford, Alabama. We give our 800 number, the website for this particular store, and we've got two QR codes they can scan. One is if they require a refund, and the other one is if there's an equipment emergency or damage. There's also a phone number. It pushes them to text it. It's just easier for me personally. It also gives a history of communication with that particular customer. So sometimes I'll have a customer will, find a problem, but it might be a few months later they send me back to the same problem or whatever else. But it's just nice to have that history of when they text you back and forth. So those ones there, we put those up on the store. This is an 11 by 17. We put it in a theater board frame, I believe they call it. I'll give you the link for that if you get them off Amazon. But it's a nice lockable frame that really makes a nice clear place to put this on the wall instead of just taping a piece of paper up. And it's easy to change if you want to update it, change some information. Then you just go to Office Max or whatever, print a new one out, and stick it up in there. So that's where we start off with to get the information to the customer. So they've got a problem, they go to that one. They scan it in. The next place that's going to take them is, really, I have this in order, is the Refund Form. If they click the refund one. So this particular one, it's a Google form. You fill it on there, you put your pictures in and stuff. It gives you a list of responses. We can break that down up here. I try and put in there about the stores that have our credit card readers. There's a pre-authorization. We'll put that on there. People scan right by it. Doesn't matter how many times you write it on there. And then we get into the information we want. What location are you at? The date of the concern. So they can just, you just calendar drop down. The red dot here shows the required information. So the date they put on there, the time of the concern, we put on there for verification by cameras, just so they understand we're going to look at the cameras. There is a timestamp puts on by Google when the form fills out, but this just compares it back and forth. I've had people put in 4 or 5 hours later, and then say we lost $20 in the change machine. You look, the times don't match up. If I lost $20, I'm filling out a refund form right there. I'm not going to wait till I get home or wait 4 or 5 hours later. A lot of times we check back, there's nobody at the change machine. So, I'll check half an hour each side or whatever, and it just doesn't line up. So we've had a few scams that way. Equipment type, just want to know what the problem is, and then it gets into the numbers. This one here is going to be an important one. Description of problem or concern. And you're really trying to get the information here to understand. This is, they'll put down there, didn't wash good. How do you fix that other stuff? People are getting better, and the more prompts you can put here as to what was the problem so we can get it fixed. The amount of refund requested. To use the credit card, just give us the last 4 numbers. That if you've got a credit card system, or depending on what systems you use, you'll be able to search back by that credit card number. That'll give you the timestamp of the machine. You can check your cameras, you can see specifically. And it also knows, if their credit card number just doesn't show up, then they weren't there. Refund check we sent to this name. We do a lot by CashApp, but we just put this in up front just to get the name of the person with the problem. It's very clear. We're going to mail a check out. That's who's going to get to the CashApp. Cell number, we request that all the time in case there is a problem. We can call them back or text them. The CashApp name, then it gets into street address, cities, and we use this just to track them. I've had situations before where I was getting a bunch of refunds for one address, different names, one address. I drove by, it was a single family house. So somebody's just going in, putting refunds in with different names on them. So this just, lets you really narrow it down. The other one in here I found fairly important is we just put down the refunds may be paid through CashApp, Venmo, cash, check, tokens or store credits by mail or electronically. Refund method and amount is at the sole discretion of Washington Coin Laundry and its affiliates. We have had some that have come through as scams, and you start to notice them pretty quick. It's like most, the more they explain, the more you know it's not true. So, they'll get upset right away, and then you ask them a few questions, and it's just Just you ask them a few questions. The more they explain, the more it seems to come through as a scam. So we've done on here is, we had one situation where a lady, she was texting back, I need medication for my kid. You've got to cash out me the money right now. I can have my brothers come and beat you up. And think, well, why don't your brothers offer you $20 to cover your kid's medication? But that's another video I'll do. So I ended up actually sending tokens to the address they had listed. The tokens got mailed back because it wasn't a legitimate address, which is what I expected. But it just, if there's any challenge to it, it just says right on here that we'll pay it whatever method we want. So that gets into there. From there, it drops into a Google form or a spreadsheet. This is all put in here automatically. So getting back from the start there, just get over to the left side. Like I said, what it'll do is here, it'll put a timestamp on it. This is when the form gets submitted. It's not something anybody can change. So that gives you the time it was stamped, runs through the names, the addresses, apartments, give them, all the options there, and then it gets into, okay, what is it, the equipment number. Then we'll start getting into, the key one. What was the problem? Would not start after money was inserted. Water didn't stay in washer, during wash. Loading closed put money in machine setter never started. So, it's really helping us get back to repair anything. This one here, I'm still looking at it. No refund received after departing the facility. I'm not sure what that means. So, we've got their number. We can call them, text them, etc. Then the amount they requested for the refund gives us the store location. Sometimes they just pick the first one off the top, but most people are pretty good on it. Cell numbers, and then we get into the CashApp name, the time that they said they were there. It's like that one there, it shows 12:16. We check back across here. The timestamp is 11:20. I believe this is off due to time zones. Probably a way to fix it. I just haven't had it. But it shows in. It's just a few minutes after when they put it in. That's 10:52. It went in, and they said it was at 11:40. So kind of matches up. But it's going to be closer. This part over here is just where we track it, how much the amount of refund is. If I do it, I put down done, and then it just said that I put it through CashApp. On these ones here, my accountant's office actually looks after mailing the refunds out if they don't have a CashApp. You see over here, they just didn't list the CashApp, so mailing's our only option. It's something I'd set up with them years ago. It's something the receptionist does. Gives them a little extra filler job, so to speak. They go in there. I think they do it at least once a week when they do payroll. They tend to go and look at this, or they may just pop in and take a look at it occasionally. So I highlight it in yellow saying, please mail refund, and I put the amount in there. If I don't put in the amount or this please mail refund, they just don't do it. That's my prompt to them saying it's okay to send the refund. And then when they're done, they just put over here saying done, so we all know it's finished. This particular case here, I refunded the laundry card. This one down here, it was a pre-approval, so there was no refund to come through. So that's how they've got all the information in. If they do scan the other one, where it comes through to, they're just trying to get the information in. Actually, let's carry on with this one first. So go through here, that's how the refund gets in there. The next step is how do I get it so that I don't have to go and look at the sheet. I want it easy for me. I don't want to have to look for stuff. I want something to pop up to tell me what happened. So I go into to Zapier, and what this does is just a program that transfers information between other programs. It's the free version is 100 zaps a month, so I just use that one because I don't have a lot coming through. I don't set up for a lot. It can get kind of pricey if you start doing a lot of stuff, but if depending on your situation and how the information gets spread around and what's coming in, maybe you'll go up into one of the paid plans and you'll you can send this information to you and your accountant at the same time. Or there's different ways you can do it, or to a bookkeeper, however you want to do it. The idea is you're trying to get the information to somebody quickly so it can be dealt with. In this case, it lets it come to me. I might be sitting my lazy boy. I get a notification that I've got a refund. I look at it. Yeah, it's legit. It's right off the top. You can tell it's legit. I go into CashApp and I send them the money. They're still standing in front of the machine and they get the refund. So, it takes me a few seconds. I mean, I'm doing it during a commercial. So this one here, you just put in different triggers. This particular one, when it's looking for the spreadsheet, it comes in what worksheet it is, and then my trigger column, when somebody puts something into the problem or the concern. That's the trigger, and then the next step is it will send that information to Slack, which is an app on my phone that I don't know near enough about and don't use enough, but I'm sure people who know it better get a lot more information. But excuse me, this is what I see come in. So it'll pop a light up here on my refund requests, and if we go down to the bottom here somewhere, just pick some, but it goes down here like in that last one we saw in there, the refund request, Washington, Anniston, card charge $15 instead of $3. Well, it's not the right store, but I understand that. This one here is pretty good. Refund gives me the store name, the washer number 11, send an H code after loading the clothing, $9, which point washer handle damaged. So I can take that information and text that right to my maintenance guy. If he's around, he can go have a look at it. So within a few seconds, I'm getting that to him. I don't want to dump all of this stuff onto him, because a lot of it I want to kind of filter myself. But, you can set that up that it just goes straight to a maintenance guy, and they edited it. Or you can set it up depending on what store it's coming in from. You can send it to a different person. Maybe you've got 3 maintenance guys that cover different stores. You can have it send there. So there's a lot of variation, and it all depends on what columns you pull the information out of. So that comes into my phone, and then, I just sit up here, the refund request, the store location, equipment number, description, cell number, and CashApp name. So I just need a summary, a quick snapshot of it. And then we go into CashApp, and this is where we actually, send the money out. It's just done through your phone, so you just copy and paste the CashApp name, stick it in there, determine the refund amount, and off it goes to them. So, and then this will, give you highlights whether it was actually paid or not, and after 30 days, it defaults back to you. Like in this case here, I don't put many comments in there normally. This one, I was doing it quick, so I just put for refund. Normally, I try and put down what store it is. This particular one, they had an issue saying that it kept saying door, so I just made a comment on there saying it's for the refund. The door is also the lint screen drawer. So she may be still in the store and go over and push it shut. So she gets a refund and she gets a free draft. But again, it's the idea of getting the refund back to them quickly and understanding what the issue is. And as I go down through here, like I said, I'll usually put down WGS, WO, or LO. That's just our store designation. This all pays out of one account. If you want to, you could actually sort this out and break it down between different stores and accounting methods, put it where it should be. So that pretty much sums it up. The form itself, I also put on my website, which is my store website. So this is our main laundromat website. This one's through GoDaddy. It's the domain's hosted there, and the website is built there. It's a drag and drop website. It's not that difficult. If you want to dive into it, if you want to have your own built, that's up to you. But I've always built my own because it's just easier to go in and adjust later if I need to. So we give all the locations. Again, each one of these has a domain name. WashingOxford.com, WashingLunlock.com. We'll go to those specific pages, or if you go to WashingLaundry.com, it takes you to the main page. Get over the refunds. The refund payments are here too. Again, we make a comment on here saying we can pay it however we want. And then if they do go to this page, it'll take them to the mobile-friendly form, which is the one that links directly from the QR code. This one here is easier on the website page, but it's clunky on a phone, so that's why we just give them that link to take them straight there. We got a few more things on there, so that pretty much sums up the whole thing. The one other piece of this that I'll go into a little bit more detail on another video, is Open Phone, which is where we've got all our numbers linked through. This lets us do auto text back and forth, so we can, in this situation here, the customer called in, left a voicemail, that transcribed. Most of the transcription is pretty good. Some of the, being in the South, some of the stuff comes through is just bizarre, but it's like a lot of it, their automation is picking up more and more accents and doing a better job. This auto reply went out and said, hey, sorry to miss your call, how can we help? That auto reply goes out to any phone call, whether they leave a message or not. Just replied back there with the same thing. Here's the problem I had. This is also an auto message that goes out whenever they text. So that message went out saying, hey, you can fill out a refund at this address. And if it's a question with a pre-approval, that's what it's for. So this was all automated. I didn't do any of this stuff. The call came in, it went to voicemail, sent a text back. They said what the problem is, send another text back saying what's a refund. How did I get a refund? So, like I said, I'll go into the details of this one on another video, but that's how we direct people. If they do call or they text, it gets them back to that refund page. And it's also giving that information. They've got a good app on your phone. You can just answer them back through there, or you can phone them direct through that, so you're not giving out your own numbers. But that pretty much sums it up. These are all the sections used to make all that stuff. The poster is made in Word. QR code generator, that's a Chrome extension. It's they said on there it's nice because you can, I don't know if I get into that detail too much, but it's $60 a year. The nice part of it is it tracks your QR codes. So a lot of the ones use a free one, you put it in there, that's it. If you want to change something, you have to get another code. This one, I can go in and change the destination without changing the code. So I can leave the poster up in the store. If I want to send it somewhere else, maybe I make a different refund form, I just go into the code generator and change the destination, and it changes it. Let me just touch back on that a little bit too here. I jumped over that. That's this one here. So it also lets you put your logos and stuff in the middle, and you can make different styles of text of QR codes. So that one there, it tells them right on it they're texting for the emergency text. It's an SMS. It gives them the phone number, and that auto populates to their texting program. And all they have to do is type the message in. They don't have to put the number in or any of that stuff. It's there. The other one takes you to directly to the Google Doc form for mobile. And you've got other ones up here. You can have contacts, PDFs. There's other things you can do with it where you want to take it. But and like I said, if I want to change this destination, I just change that, and the next person to scan it goes to a different place. So QR code, there's a cost for that one. Google Docs, Google Spreadsheets, that's free. We do our domain and website on GoDaddy. Prices vary depending on what you want to do with that, what your domain name is. The automation is through Zapier. Again, we use the free version of 100 zaps a month or less. Our phone notification comes through Slack. There may be better ways. I just wanted to try that program, and that's all I use it for. I know there's other ones out there, and there's people a lot better at it. And there's lots of YouTube videos on it. The phone system's Open Phone. If you use this link here, I'll put in there. Getopenphone.com, get.openphone.com/laundromathowto. It does give a bit of a discount. And I guess I'm supposed to disclaim that I do make a little bit off of it, but I'm not retiring on that income. They're just kind of promote the system. And in most cases, you'll find if somebody's putting a link to something like that and they're getting a couple of bucks off of it. It just helps out the time covered to make these. And the refund methods, CashApp, we either mail cash or a check. We'll mail cash up to $10 or $12, and then a check above that amount. A lot of their customers don't have bank accounts. They can't cash checks. It's just not possible. You get electronic deposits. Cashing a check just doesn't help them, and they just don't get refunds. They just get mad because you give them something that's useless. We can use Venmo if we need to. CashApp seems to be the most popular amongst our customers. So that's it. I'm going to put a link to this, all these links and everything else under Laundromat How To. I'll put it on the main page here. It comes up for how to improve your operations. I'll get some other stuff there. The Open Phone, give some examples of that. Wash, dry, fold, basic sheets. Had some requests lately for the non-compete, non-disclosure agreement or document. I'm not an attorney. This may not be legal at all, but it gives you an idea what I use. Never had to challenge it, but it's a good way up front to tell your employees, look, what we're doing here, I'm training you. You can't take it away, and you can't leave here and go work for the new guy across the road. If they did, it'd be up to you to chase after it, but like I said, some of it is just a matter of saying, here's my side of it, do what you want. Employee handbook, laundromat cleaning checklists, and then I've got our wash, dry, fold operating procedures that they use those. We use those for 10 years in the laundry service I had. We sold the laundry service. They're using the same operation standards. So if you want to take a look at that, there's some training and support on that stuff, and we can customize it or you can customize it to your own facility. So that's what we got here. If you got any questions, Ken at laundromathowto.com, or hit me up on any of the social medias and stuff, and I'll post this around. And if you got any questions, we'll talk to you soon.